To the conclusion of this day.
For me, that's very important.
This table here can't stop talking, so I'd like to give them the word. What are the basic findings? Where can we start to change mind mapping in the Netherlands?
Well, one of the things we started with is education, that you cannot start early enough, and that you have to provide good practices, examples, and for instance also templates that have a kind of way of thinking that children can use, can adopt to, and can practice.
Okay. Yeah. Shortly name. There are only 4 items on the list, so you very quickly ready.
Well, because we were stopped, we were thinking about starting a Biggerplate university.
Right.
So
Elaborate on that.
Elaborate on that. Well, you can think about from the business perspective, that there is a place where you can find real good templates, real good. Let me see.
All kinds of resources.
Yeah, all kinds of resources that you need about mind mapping. You can find a lot of resources on the internet, but you have to do a lot of research to find them. So it would be very nice to have at Biggerplate University all these things together. Also with very good YouTube kind movies, not only how to, for instance, how to use mind mapping software, but also how to use it in practice. For meeting management, what we saw today, or for other things.
All right, thank you.
Yes, should work now. Just heard over here that we just have to do it.
Sorry?
Mike.
You said something, we just have to do it.
No, we already do it. I mean, there are a lot of things already, but we have to connect them, to bring them together. So there are e-learning programs for mind mapping that exist. A lot of interventions are already forehand, and maybe is Biggerplate a good platform for it.
Some other thoughts on this thing?
Well, we really found we should reframe the question. In the first place, we were here with Belgium, France and Holland, so we should spread a bit more and think bigger. And in the second place, we thought we shouldn't focus on the mind mapping, we should focus on the benefits and show by cases and practice that it works, but not sell the message you should mind map. It's just one of many tools, but it can help you and show the benefits.
Okay, show the benefits. Thank you. John?
Hi. All right, I see a beautiful mind map again. Would you like to explain what you found to be useful?
Next to educate why, we thought it's about awareness. I think many people don't know what mind mapping is or that it even exists. So we were thinking about can it be on television? Can we make commercials for it? Can Paul and Witteman talk about it? Or whatever that you encounter it more and more everywhere.
Creatief met mindmap. Creatief met kurk. Creatief met mindmap.
It's about being aware that that's a tool, and it's a very good and clever tool that you can use for very many different purposes.
Any other insights that you would like to share with anybody else? Free license.
Yeah, we were thinking about free license, and we've got free training as well, and special prices for education.
It's free already?
Not completely. So free is really the key word for us.
Thank you.
Free. Is it a keyword over here too?
Yes. Yes, it was free licenses for everybody, not only for students, but free licenses. But also to show the benefits more than to be an evangelist with a flag or a standard, but to show people it works. So why don't you use it too, and why don't you benefit from it as well instead of showing it?
Okay, just show that it works.
creating an experience, a mind map experience, maybe a competition among schools, where schools can win a prize or funding or whatever, with the Ministry of Education.
An experience, yeah, okay. Make it an experience. The mind map experience over here. Some other thoughts at this table? Not for the moment, John.
All right. To whom can I give the word to say what you have discussed?
Okay. We talked about, actually, the very first question was, is it necessary to spread the word? Won't it happen by itself? And how did we all learn mind mapping? And many of us taught it to ourselves. And so that was one of the first questions. But then we went on from there, and we thought about perhaps in the home, actually, that people be aware of that even within, you know, daily planning, your household planning, your finances, this kind of thing. Then we also spoke about that in particular target groups that like it's been brought up already, that it's important that it's used by different professionals in different contexts. And I know one, you know, so we talked about how can you create specialists in those fields who would then go out, or perhaps you have within our school, we might have a lunch group with the students and with the staff who use it, and then somehow, you know, spread the word.
Thank you.
Okay, left or right? Right. What are your insights?
Around the table, we made some idea, but I think there is a kind of common agreement that we need to share more about case studies and true benefits that people get from the mind mapping. We don't understand why people are so silent about something that seems to be magical. So there are probably some retention from experts, whether it's conscious or unconscious, but we are really lacking of true example of what are the benefits, storytelling, showing by example, scientific proof if you want, and also connecting all those people together so they're there and they are happy to share their experience all together. It's really missing, and I don't think if we don't jump into a community which is really talking to each other, mind mapping is that.
Thank you. Some other thoughts? This table for this at the moment. Okay.
If we teach the kids, within 10 years, the Netherlands and Europe and the world will mind map.
Thank you. John.
All right, I'm at a table here where the paper is completely blank. Does that mean that you do not have any?
No thoughts.
Or can I give the word to someone?
We had a nice discussion at the table. We have an elementary school teacher who said that education is important, and we all agreed upon that. After that, we agreed upon that creativity is important, also in business environment to solve problems. But personally, I stated that my challenge is to tell adults, people in the management team, how useful it can be to use mind mapping. And there also, again, the statement as I did this morning, it's also a tool. The most important thing is that people are going to think differently. And if I see that from a personal perspective, then you can only make mind mapping more known to show the advantages to people. So walk the talk, lead by example, and show people what the advantages are. That was also already mentioned at another table. But you should get several tables, just show the advantages and do not focus only on mind mapping, because that's a tool. And a good tool, I use it every day, but learn people how to think differently, and then we totally create a problem at this table that creativity and education are two important main subjects.
Not to kill. Alright. I think that we conclude our stuff. Oh, alright.
There's one table left.
I wanted to close on two kind of contradictory ideas that we came up with. One was to add some value to mind mapping to show how it can be part of a complete project lifespan tool from the conception of the idea to its final manifestation. And then the other, which was completely different, which was to increase understanding of what really is the nicest use of mind mapping, what's the added value of using color, inspiring emotion, including images, and we thought that we'd have to overhaul the entire education system, which teaches to half a brain, and we want kids to come out of school with a whole brain education so that their education is integrated and includes music and art and movement and a multidisciplinary approach to subjects.
Sounds perfect. Thank you. Absolutely. Some other thoughts at this stage? At this moment. I'm interested if there are some people who say, we are going to work out something and we will meet with 2 or 3 or 4 people next week. Some agreements over here? Not yet. Okay, there's something to do for Biggerplate, I think. Yeah. I think we can end now. Yeah, is that right? We want to thank you very much for being here and being involved and thinking and talking together, and we really hope that you go home with some things to think about and some new ideas and some other perspectives and do something with it. But not before we have had a drink over there, the same place where we had the lunch. You are very much invited to be there. Liam, thank you very much for being here, organizing this, and I had a beautiful day at least. Thank you.